Every single pros and cons video about metal roofing tells you the same 5 things. It lasts longer, it costs more, it's energy efficient, it's noisy in the rain, blah blah blah. You already know all that, so I'm not going to waste your time repeating it. Instead, I spent weeks digging into what contractors, manufacturers, and insurance companies know about metal roofs that they don't put in the brochures. And I found 10 things, 5 pros and 5 cons, that genuinely surprised me. And I've been researching roofing for years. Number 7 literally made me rethink everything I thought I knew about metal roofs. And number 9, that's the one that could cost you thousands if nobody warns you about it. This isn't the typical pros and cons list. This is the stuff that actually matters when you're about to write a check for $30,000 to $50,000. Let's get into it. Let's kill one of the most stubborn myths in roofing right out of the gate. People hear metal roof and immediately think lightning magnet. Makes sense, right? Metal conducts electricity, must attract lightning. Completely wrong. Research has found 0 evidence that metal roofs attract more lightning than asphalt alternatives. But here's what nobody tells you about what happens if lightning does strike. A metal roof is actually the safest roof to have during a lightning strike. Because metal is non-combustible, it disperses the electrical energy across a wider surface area instead of concentrating it at one point. A properly grounded metal roof can conduct lightning energy safely into the ground without catching fire. Compare that to an asphalt shingle roof. If lightning hits shingles, the concentrated heat can ignite the underlayment and decking underneath. Your roof catches fire from the inside out. So metal doesn't attract lightning, but if lightning shows up anyway, metal handles it better than anything else. That's not a con, that's a pro nobody talks about. If you live anywhere that gets snow, this one matters more than you think. Metal roofs shed snow. That's the part everyone knows. But here's the part nobody explains. Metal sheds snow because of an invisible process happening underneath the snowpack. Even when outside temperatures are below freezing, sunlight passes through the translucent snow layer and warms the metal surface beneath it. That warmth melts the bond between the snow and the roof, creating a lubricating water layer. The snow then slides off in sheets. Sounds great, right? Until you realize that means tons of snow can dump off your roof in seconds like a mini avalanche, right onto your walkway, your car, your propane tank, your kids, or your dog. This is why snow guards exist. They're small metal brackets installed along the roof that hold snow in place and let it melt gradually instead of releasing all at once. And most homeowners in snow states have no idea they need them on a metal roof until the first dump happens. The pro is that metal handles snow weight beautifully and prevents ice dams. The hidden lesson is that you need snow guards installed, and that's an extra cost nobody mentions in the original quote. Everyone knows metal roofs can get you insurance discounts, 5 to 20%, sure. But here's what the internet doesn't tell you about how insurance companies are treating metal roofs in 2026. Major carriers like State Farm, Allstate, and Farmers are now using drones and satellite imagery analyzed by AI to scan your roof from above. They're looking for moss, missing shingles, granule wear, overhanging branches, and if their algorithm flags your roof, you get a letter demanding repairs or they cancel your policy. Here's where metal roofs give you an invisible advantage. Metal doesn't grow moss, metal doesn't lose granules, metal doesn't curl or crack over time. When that AI scans your property from the sky, a metal roof looks clean, uniform, and low risk. You're far less likely to get flagged for non-renewal. In states like Texas, insurers are required to offer discounts for impact-resistant roofs. Colorado and Wyoming followed, and Alabama homeowners with fortified certified roofs can save up to 55% on premiums. So metal roofs don't just save you a few bucks on insurance. In 2026, they might be the thing that keeps your policy from getting canceled. This is the one that nobody talks about in typical pros and cons videos because it's not sexy, but it matters. Most metal roofing manufactured in 2026 is made from 25 to 95% recycled materials. And at the end of its life, 40 to 70 years from now, that roof is 100% recyclable. Every single piece can be melted down and turned into a new roof. Meanwhile, asphalt shingles? Nearly 20 billion pounds of old asphalt shingles are sent to US landfills every single year according to the EPA. They're petroleum-based, they can't be meaningfully recycled, and you'll go through 2 or 3 sets of them in the time a single metal roof is sitting up there working. If you care even a little about reducing waste, metal is the only roof type that operates as a true closed-loop system. Your roof was literally someone else's roof. and 40 years from now, your roof will become someone else's roof. That's not nothing. Here's a pro that contractors have mixed feelings about, but homeowners love hearing. In many cases, you can install a metal roof directly over your existing asphalt shingles. No tear-off required. This saves you the labor cost, the disposal fees, and the landfill fees of ripping off the old roof. In some markets, that's thousands of dollars saved. It also reduces the time your roof deck is exposed to weather, which means less risk during unpredictable seasons. And here's a hidden bonus. The existing shingle layer underneath actually acts as additional sound dampening. Remember the metal roofs are noisy complaint? Installing over shingles helps reduce that rain noise because the shingles absorb vibration before it reaches the deck. But, and this is a critical but, this only works if your existing roof has one layer of shingles, no leaks, no soft spots, no rotting decking, and your local building code allows it. If any of those conditions aren't met, you need a full tear-off. Skipping that step to save money will trap moisture underneath and create way bigger problems down the road. Ask your contractor, check your local code. If conditions are right, this is a legitimate money saver. All right, let's flip to the cons. And I'm starting with the one that catches people completely off guard. Metal roofs can block cell phone signals. Not completely, but enough to notice. Metal reflects and attenuates radio waves. That means the signal from the nearest cell tower hits your metal roof and a significant portion bounces off instead of passing through into your home. The result? Dropped calls, slower data, weaker signal bars, and dead zones inside rooms that used to have full reception. The newer 5G frequencies that carriers like Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile are rolling out, they're higher frequency signals, which means they're even more easily blocked by metal surfaces than older 4G signals. So the problem is actually getting worse, not better. The fix exists. Cell signal boosters can be installed for $300 to $1,000. Wi-Fi calling is another workaround, but nobody warns you about this before installation, and then you're stuck wondering why your phone barely works inside your own house. Before you go metal, test your indoor cell reception. If it's already weak, factor in the cost of a booster. This is a real con that almost no pros and cons list mentions. This is the one that freaks out new metal roof owners in the first week. Metal expands when it's hot and contracts when it's cold. That's basic physics. But what nobody prepares you for is the sound. On hot days, as the sun heats your metal panels, they expand. You'll hear popping, clicking, and creaking sounds coming from your roof. At night, when it cools down, same thing. Pop, click, creak, your house sounds like it's alive. This isn't a defect, it's completely normal. But if nobody tells you it's coming, you'll spend your first few nights convinced something is wrong with your roof. And here's the structural concern most homeowners miss. Over years and decades, this constant expanding and contracting fatigues the fasteners that hold the panels in place. Screws can loosen, gaps can form between panels, and those gaps become entry points for water. This is why standing seam systems use hidden clips that allow panels to float and move with temperature changes. Exposed fastener systems are cheaper but more vulnerable to this issue over time. If your contractor doesn't install with thermal movement in mind, you're going to have leaks within a few years, and they'll blame the roof when it was really the installation. This is the con that can silently destroy your home from the inside while your metal roof looks perfect from the outside. Metal conducts temperature changes rapidly. When you have warm air inside your house and cold temperatures outside, that temperature difference creates condensation on the underside of the metal panels. Water droplets form inside your attic, drip by drip, day after day. This can lead to dripping onto insulation, which ruins its effectiveness. Rust forming on the underside of the metal itself, mold growth in your attic that you won't see until it becomes a health hazard, and rotting of your roof decking, which compromises the structural integrity of your entire roof. This is especially dangerous in post-frame buildings, garages, workshops, and homes with poor ventilation. And here's the cruel irony. Metal roofs are marketed as low maintenance, so homeowners never go up into the attic to check. They assume everything's fine because the roof looks great from the street. Meanwhile, the attic is slowly deteriorating. The solution is proper ventilation, vapor-permeable underlayment, and thermal brake clips that decouple the metal panels from the roof deck. Modern 2026 systems have solved this problem with what's called the rain screen principle, but budget contractors still skip these steps to save money. And by the time you find the condensation damage, It's a $5,000 to $10,000 fix. I mentioned this in a previous video, but it deserves its own spotlight because it's the #1 cosmetic complaint about metal roofs in America. Oil canning is a visible waviness or rippling across flat metal panels. It looks like your brand new $40,000 roof was installed with funhouse mirrors. Ripples, waves, distortion. It's most noticeable on wide, flat standing seam panels when sunlight hits them at certain angles. What causes it? Manufacturing stress during the rolling process. Improper handling and storage on the job site, uneven roof deck surfaces underneath, thermal expansion that warps panels that were installed too tightly, or simply the physics of thin metal sheets being stretched across large surfaces. And here's the absolute worst part. Most manufacturers explicitly exclude oil canning from their warranty coverage. They classify it as a cosmetic issue, not a defect. So you pay premium money for a premium roof, it looks wavy, and nobody will fix it for free. Some contractors use techniques to minimize oil canning, like striations or pencil ribs pressed into the panels to break up the flat surface. Narrower panels also help. But if your contractor doesn't discuss oil canning prevention before installation, that's a red flag. Last con, and this is the one that quietly drains bank accounts years after installation. With asphalt shingles, a repair is simple. One damaged shingle, pop it off, slide a new one in. Any roofer can do it, costs a couple $100, done in an hour. With metal, a single dented or damaged panel on a standing seam roof might require removing multiple surrounding panels because they interlock. The replacement panel needs to be custom ordered from the manufacturer because it's not a standard size sitting at Home Depot. And the contractor who does the repair needs specialized metal roofing skills, which most residential roofers simply don't have. So you're looking at longer wait times, higher labor costs, a smaller pool of qualified contractors, and custom material orders. A repair that would cost $200 on a shingle roof can easily cost $1,000 or more on metal. And if you ever need to add a skylight, a vent, a chimney, or solar panels after installation, each penetration point on a metal roof requires precise flashing and sealing work. Done wrong, it becomes a permanent leak point. Done right, it's expensive. Metal roofs are low maintenance. That part is true, but when they do need maintenance, the bill hits different. So there you have it, 10 things about metal roofs that you almost certainly didn't know before clicking on this video. The 5 pros that nobody talks about: lightning protection, snow avalanche control, AI-proof insurance benefits, true sustainability, and the install-over-shingles shortcut. The 5 cons that nobody warns you about: cell signal interference, thermal expansion noise, invisible condensation damage, oil canning that voids your warranty, and the repair paradox that turns small problems into big bills. Does all of this mean you shouldn't get a metal roof? Absolutely not. Metal is an incredible roofing material. 89% of homeowners who installed one in 2026 reported being satisfied or very satisfied. But the difference between being in that 89% and being in the unhappy 11% comes down to knowing what you're getting into before you sign the contract. Now save this video, share it with anyone thinking about a new roof, and hit that like button if you learned at least one thing you didn't know. I guarantee you learned more than one. Now, if you're seriously considering metal, there are 5 critical mistakes that people make when buying a metal roof that can turn the whole investment into a disaster. I break down every single one in this video right here. Don't buy anything until you watch it.